Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. um, I want to talk about real life fighting situations. And not fighting situation like you at a bar or something of that aspect, because those things happen. And most of the time you can see it coming, you can avoid it unless you drunk and you let your ego get the best of you. Um, I want to talk about fights that you don't see coming. Let's say, let's throw the scenario. Your brother's girlfriend makes you mad when they come over for family dinner on Sundays, which makes him upset because he's defending his lady, and you guys get in a fight, and things get broken and stuff like that. These are real life situations. First thing first, I'm no counselor, nor am I some healer where I can tell you that I bypass all those things. No, I'm very much in the same fight. I got a temper. Actually, doing martial arts keeps me a lot calmer than before. But a lot of those things, it's so tough because it doesn't start out that way. It started out peaceful, and then this person said this, and then you try to say something, then they try to say something, and you try to overtalk, and you get louder, and things escalate. A lot of these things happen. First thing first, you're not the only one that these things has happened to. And you definitely won't be the last. Secondly, before you say, well, that person should have made me upset, I just recently, I talked to a counselor, and he said, well, instead of you saying, this didn't happen to me, but he was talking about hypothetical. Instead of that person make you upset, and you say that person should have made me upset, why are you being triggered? Why that person saying something upset you to the point that you lose control? And a lot of it is losing control. And a lot of us get defensive when things happen. For guys, it's just easy. You just fight it out. You cross this line, you step over it, that type of scenario. But let's say it's a coworker or something, you can't be fighting people throughout the world, or you gonna be in jail, which is gonna take money out of your pocket. It's something to think about. It's something to ponder. I'm working on a lot of, okay, where is my trigger? Where is this coming from? Is this coming from childhood hurt? Is coming from being bullied, which I was when I was up till I was like 14, because I was fat and poor, and didn't have the best clothes. Is this coming from, where is this coming from? So a lot of time as men, we just brush it off as, oh, they just don't understand, and this, or this is uncomfortable, and then we just say it to the other person, and then we just bounce. Why? A lot of time because it's uncomfortable, and men don't do being uncomfortable. That's why a lot of men leave. That's why a lot of men don't stay with baby mamas. And not saying that some situation with baby mamas, they deserve to be left. There's some crazy, and then sometimes it's just, we just don't, as men, we don't handle we handle physical conflict and physical situation, but matters of the heart is difficult for us to handle. It's difficult for us to cipher. So a lot of times we do things and then we apologize later, like, oh man, I'm sorry this happened, when the damage already been done. If it's a fight at a bar, it's different because you can fight a person and gain respect because you guys did all you can do to physically do something, and you have an understanding. That men are weird that way. That's not the right way, but you respect a person after you fight them. Or that's what I have seen growing up. But a lot of times, a lot of things that just escalate, family members, baby mamas, baby daddies, if females that are watching, or people with partners, and heterosexual or homosexual, that you know, their family members just set you off. One, you got to figure out, where is this trauma coming from? Two, is it something within yourself that's causing this? Three, is that person know this? Because a lot of times people see your buttons and see what they can mash, and then they mash them. They'll mash them just because they know it'll piss you off. And you being pissed off, make them feel somewhat good, because misery loves company. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to deal with. I'm working on that as well. Not that I'm a fighter or I go around fighting about it. I don't. I'm not that type of person. But I do get defensive. And even though I don't go for no blows, I realize certain things make me a little bit more upset than it should be. And then I blow it off in my pride, like, oh, I'm a man. The pride, I'm a man, is just cold word that I'm using my strength and my whatever to mask my pain, to mask my insecurities. And that's the thing that's very uncomfortable. So, you know, that's one of the things we got to work on is, you know, anger management, accountability, why I'm triggering this, how can I not make this so personal? Or how's this hurting my inner child? I'm not telling you something that I have mastered. I'm telling you something that I am also working on. But since I have a social media platform, or I'm trying to be, hopefully this will help somebody along with helping me, because it's kind of hard to take that, you know, like, you need to be in control of yourself. It's hard, it's easier to say it's somebody else's fault than to admit, okay, you know, this is triggering something. This is something that's bothering me. This is doing something to my ego. This makes me feel like I'm a failure. And then, or you say, oh, I was reminded I was a failure by my first ex-wife, or, you know, little things like that. It could be small things. It don't have to be like, you step on my shoes in the club. That's just television. And even though those things do happen, it's 60% of that is when people are drinking alcohol, and their control of their mental being is inhibited a little bit by intoxication. This works just as well for females. A lot of females make a lot of dumb decisions off a relationship based upon what they're drinking. I've seen it. I've seen guys that try to take advantage of women and know that this going to cause something in them, so they try to get them drunk to lower their ability to reason. So we can all do better, and this is, as much as this this is kind of a martial arts subject. This is also an emotional subject. As human beings, we can work on. So I hope this helped. Until next time, keep living.